Hey guys, today we're going to read chapter 6 from 8 class pets plus 1 squirrel divided by 1 dog equals chaos. Chapter 6, Lenore, 4th grade parrot. Hola! That's one of my favorite words because I come from Puerto Rico and that's how people there say hello. Spanish for please is por favor. And thank you is gracias. Those 3 words cover a variety of situations. Another of my favorite words is nevermore because it's a refrain in a poem called The Raven. A refrain is a word you say over and over. I like to say words over and over. But I don't like to say Polly wants a cracker. I don't know why some people think I should. My name isn't even Polly. My name is Lenore, and it comes from the same raven poem. But I'm not a raven. I'm a blue and gold macaw, which is a kind of parrot. Luckily, I love poetry. My owner, her name is Rosa da Silva. She says that since we both come from Puerto Rico, poetry is in our blood, along with our accents, I guess. Here's a poem I've been working on. Sitting in the trees, I sometimes sneeze, as loud as you please. With a beak as big as mine, you need to draw the line, or a sneeze will rattle your knees. Okay, I'm still working on it. Some of those 4th graders, believe me, their poems aren't any better. Good poetry or bad, I like being in school with Rosa and the kids. When Rosa first got me, she'd leave me home while she went to school to teach all day long. Nobody else was there. Mr. Da Silva works in a bank. The Da Silva kids go to their own schools. Being alone made me crazy. I started to pluck my feathers. That made Rosa crazy. She was like, "Eek, I'm gonna end up with a bald bird." Now she brings me to the classroom where she teaches the kids. They call her Miss Da Silva instead of Rosa. When we're in school, I have to remember to call her Miss Da Silva too. Such a chore, such a bore, not Rosa, por favor. It's Miss Silva in school, and that is the rule if you want to be cool. This is hard to remember. I also have to remember that there are other words I'm not supposed to say in school either. I think school has too many rules. Sometimes, if Rosa and her family have to go someplace or stay out late, she'll leave me here overnight in the classroom. That's okay, I don't mind, once in a while. That's how I got to meet the squirrel. This is what happened. One day, the squirrel, he comes running in. I've seen him before, but I don't know his name. And he's got this big, ugly dog chasing him. And the dog's got a fish tank on a rolling cart chasing him. The squirrel, he can't fly, but he knows up is safer than down. He goes running up the stand that holds my cage. Then he sits on top and yells down to the dog, "You're ugly, and your mother has fleas." I don't know about the mama with the fleas, but I think to myself, surely this dog can't argue about ugly. Senor Dog, he's jumping up in the air, trying to tip the cage over. And he goes, "Yeah, you wrote it. You come down here and say that." The water in the fish tank is going splash, splash. "Whoa, chicos," I tell them. "Careful of the innocent bystander." There's a little rat too, but Senor Dog isn't interested in him, just the squirrel. The rat calls up to the squirrel, "I'll get help, so there's more of us, like the fish said." The dog keeps barking, so I start squawking. The squirrel is making my cage sway like the boat that brought me here. I say to the squirrel, "You ever hear the term seasick?" Next thing I know, the rat comes running back in with a hamster and a rabbit. It's like a convention of small animals plus fish, or small mammals plus fish. But the dog, he ignores them all. He keeps yapping at the squirrel, and those small mammal guys, they don't know what to do. They're just running around in circles. The rat squeaks. Somebody do something! The hamster's trying to count how many of them there are. But every time somebody moves, he loses track and has to start over. The rabbit is full of useless advice. She's all like, "Don't let him get you." I think the squirrel already thought of that. The fish look like they're beginning to get seasick too. Then wham, bam, the clumsy dog knocks my cage down. My feathers are ruffled. I don't get hurt because I land on a pile of papier-mâché fruits and vegetables the kids have been making for some art contest. "Sorry," the squirrel says to me as she dashes for the door. But the dog, he's so rude. He never says a word of apology. He's just all, "Get back here, you squirrel." The fish, still dragged along behind on that bumping, swaying, sloshing cart, are all like, "Glug, glug." The rat and the others, they start to follow. I squawk, "Hola, don't leave me here on the floor," as you go out the door without a nevermore. The rat's the only one left, slowest because he's always staying close to the walls, not wanting to cross the open space of the room. So he comes back and unlatches my cage.